Last week, I visited California's 2 nuclear power plants with representatives from the United States Geological Survey and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. The Diablo Canyon nuclear power plant is near the city of San Luis Obispo. It's its larger employer in the county. 424,000 people live within 50 miles. It employs 1,200 people. Further south, nearly 7.4 million live within 50 miles of the San Onofre Nuclear Generating Station near San Clemente. I came away from those visits with some good news. I feel much better about the safety precautions that are in place at these nuclear plants. I was very impressed with the dedication, the confidence, and the professionalism of the large staffs that run these facilities and the regulatory agents who guard against risk. But we need to reconfirm that these facilities are designed to endure the threats we can foresee and prepare to respond to scenarios we never imagined. That's why redundant systems, backup systems, and plans are so important. Most significantly, I truly believe we must begin to rethink how we manage spent fuel. Spent fuel must remain in pools for at least 5 to 7 years. And those are the pools that the firemen are pouring water into in Japan, at which time these rods can be moved to safer dry cask storage. However, these pools often become de facto long-term storage, with fuel assemblies re-racked, thus increasing the heat load of the pools. In California, for instance, fuel removed from reactors in 1984 is still cooling in wet spent fuel pools. This process may have regulatory approval, but I have a hard time understanding why the Nuclear Regulatory Commission has not mandated a more rapid transfer of spent fuel to dry casks. Reports out of Japan indicate there were no problems with the dry casks at Daiichi. To me, that suggests that we should at least consider a policy that would encourage quicker movement of spent fuel to dry cask storage. If that's true, we must also consider what broader regulatory reforms may be necessary, beginning with a review of United States power plant safety. I'm very pleased that the Nuclear Regulatory Commission will undertake both short-term and long-term reviews of nuclear plant safety. And Mr. Chairman, I thank you very much for that. This kind of self-reassessment is really appropriate. Today, I hope we'll get a more complete picture of what the NRC intends to do with these reviews and how quickly they're likely to act on any new safety regulations. In addition to NRC's self-assessment, I think we should take a look at some independent analysis of our nuclear power plant safety, with specific attention to threat assessment and the design parameters of our plants. Japan has now suffered 2 earthquakes in the past 4 years that were larger than the Japanese thought possible, and each devastated a nuclear power plant that was not designed to endure a quake of that size. The lesson is that we need to think carefully about whether our country has properly estimated the threats to our nuclear facilities and designed the facilities to endure them. An independent review of the design basis for all United States plants, I believe, should be a priority.